Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Tig here, coming to you with another edition of the Irish Gaijin review, number 2. Having a look at the fight night from Steel City this week. Smaller offering than Nola, obviously. But return to a little smaller show. It's not a small show, but it's as if what happened at Nola is going to be split over Steel City and Sin City on their road to BYB, and then I'd imagine everything's coming together again for the go home show before the event itself. Straight off the bat, I just want to say that the back in business video was great. It's brilliant work by Jiggy. It adds to the hype. I know some people don't really care about these sort of things, but like video packages, entrances, colourful commentary, to me it really adds to a show, especially when it's used to promote something like back in business. You know, we don't get it very often, but like it's a cool video package. But also in the start of the show here, I mean, I said this about Nola. I just love these shows where it is somebody's hometown, or there's something unique about the place where the show is being held. Like even something as simple as the Pittsburgh fans waving their terrible tails, that's cool. And they're already talking about how there seems to be a little bit more support for Garcia tonight. And it's like one of the things I do when I'm planning out a BTB is I look through the roster that I'm dealing with, and I check out where people's hometowns are, and if like I can schedule events in their hometown, because it's just, I think it always adds to the occasion when there's a clear hometown favourite. And like I said, just speaking about good commentary, I think it's important here that Kennedy and Sterling address the obvious elephant in the room, that Christian Quinn has been sitting beside them calling Donny Toner matches. It'd be stupid if they didn't, so it's nice to see them treated with a bit of decency. I just think it shows whoever's writing this segment is tuned in and they actually care to what's going on. Continuity is another thing that I like big time in E-Fed, and I think it's something that can really be paid off well if it's done right. But this apology from Golden to start it off, I loved it. I think probably because I don't want to say that I know Golden better than other guys, but I mean, me, TGO, Sean, we're always in communication about the toners and Golden Rock, and we kind of look out for each other, and we're explaining things to each other, and does this work, does this make sense, what do you think of this? And like it's part of the reason why I've been loving feuding with them, because they aren't feuding with us just because they want to beat us. They're feuding with us because they know like we're helping each other ground. Well, I think they definitely helped me. I hope I've helped them. But I think I kind of understand where this is going, and I think I've read the tone of it correctly. And just I've something I was thinking about. I mean, how, like, would I, as an FWA supporter, still be cheering Golden at this stage? I don't know. I think so, because he's with Ramon, but it's getting dicey for old Devon now. But I mean, that's what he's intended to do. So yeah, this is good work. And the match with TUA, it was a fine match. It was fine, fair. I did like the tempo being up nearly instantly in the opener. Golden jumping off the top of the cage to the outside to kind of set the tone for what this is going to be about, and kind of reminded people like, yeah, this isn't just a normal show. Every match is inside a steel cage. Just a quick side note on this. I did think Golden Rock deserved to win, but I thought TUA's promo was brilliant and one of the best I've seen from Jimmy in a while. And it was kind of like the coming together of the TUA's ideas have been great the last few weeks, and I'm actually kind of excited to see them again now, as I presume they're splitting from the Affliction. But like, yeah, I think bit of focus. TUA could be like really good contenders in the tag division, and I think Jimmy's stuff has been great recently. So yeah, just a quick shout out to Jimmy for that. I loved the Ramon segment after. Ramon's great on the mic. He has a very unique voice. I think he can talk in a way that other face characters don't get away with, and I think he's kind of established the voice. And even if it didn't say Randy Ramon or Rockstar beside it, you'd have a fair idea who was saying it, and to me that's always a great indicator. But yeah, like this adds so much more to things. If you haven't read Ramon's springtime show that he posted, I'd recommend you all go and do it now, because it's great, it's creative, it's really, really fun, and it actually does give some pretty good explanation to this incident Ramon's talking about. I'm sure Sean won't mind me coming in and explaining it a bit here for the people that might be fully aware, but in 2015 Ramon was, I think, just about to compete in a Golden Opportunity match, and he was found backstage, attacked, injured, and it was later revealed he got a knee injury that kept him out for 8 or 9 months. It was always suspected that it was Executive Excellence, Toner, Princeton and Quinn. It was never proven. But fast forward to Carnal Contendership that year, Christian Quinn and Danny Toner are now faces, feuding with Thomas Princeton, who was the general manager of Fight Night at the time, and is being, I think he's championing Page as the world champion at the time. And in that contendership match, Quinn and Toner were forced to start 1 and 2, and they were like Iron Men in the match. They went off, they were on a good run, and Ramon made his return. I think it was at like number 24, and he just beat the shit out of Danny. I actually think what happened was Danny had gotten into a fight with Page, and it went backstage. Chris Kennedy made his return, who Page had won the world championship off, and started fighting with Page. Toner disappeared. A couple of minutes passed. Randy Ramon's theme music hit, and Danny Toner crawled out onto the stage, covered in blood, with Ramon coming out behind him. Ramon said he'd done it, and it ultimately ended up costing Danny the Carnal Contendership. In the end, Ramon always said he'd done it because of the attack on him, but I'm not sure what happened. Well, I'd say me or Sean just split. That's usually what happened, but that's what this shit's all about. So this was never sorted, never addressed. So that's just a bit of backdrop for people that were maybe a little bit lost reading this seg. But yeah, I thought Sean done a great job here, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like these one show angles. Like, now I know, right, Ramon and Golden are going to be out for the Toners and New Breed match, and like, that's alright. They're another 2 good promos. Very hard to call a winner. Like, it's just, I like when it's excitable. You don't really know how it's going to go, but yeah. Logan Darren made his debut next, and yeah, I was really impressed. I really loved the character. There was a comment, I think, by somebody about the Rookie. I think he was called the Rookie, but I'm just looking at it here now, and I don't think it was meant as in I think it was just meant in the scope of the FWA, and I think that's kind of backed up in the match by the commentary. Like, they mentioned that he's not new to the business in any way, and they even comment that he looks like he's been in a few steel cage matches. But yeah, great to see Logan Darwin here, and it's pity Mitch's new guy didn't show, but look, can't control that. I'm sure Mitch will be back, and great to see Logan win, and hopefully he can get something together in time for BIB. The MVH and Salem segment was really good. It was different in pace to the rest of the show, which I think is sometimes needed, especially in a show like this, 6 steel cage matches. I loved the characterisation of Todd Salem here. He seemed completely different than the normal backstage interviewers. He seemed much more official, senior, sure of himself nearly. But yeah, it was presented very, very officially, and I thought it was good. It's MVH content. It's always good. The lines are good. I've no problem with the King Insane thing. I know some people do. I thought the backdrop was good in the bar, and of course, it all kind of built to the little kicker shot at the end. Like, like only SS's version of MVH, like in this timeline at this moment, like, that's like the only person I can think of that can be so dismissive of Chris Kennedy and it not seem stupid. Obviously it helps with the bell tie-in, but like, yeah, it's like, I think MVH, I mean, it's kind of a calm promo. She's not too fussed about having lost the match to Par, nearly kind of begrudgingly accepting that that's the way it was going to have to be. And then just at the very end, I just think that one line just kind of snaps you back into, oh, this is MVH we're talking about, you know. She's the shit, like. So yeah, good shit again. Like, I just thought this show was class, lads. Honestly, like, I was commenting in the Discord as I was reading it. This angle, oh, I fucking love this angle with JJ Quiet and Alan Price. Brilliant. And if this is the sort of shit we're going to be getting off, man, I'm really excited for his brand and what he does with his characters with SS when they draft their roster, because like, this is just so much fun. Like, I'm gonna remember this angle for a long time. I think you pulled on my emotions a bit, like, because I've been vocal enough that I think Quiet is somebody, and I actually thought we were getting something here, and I was pissed off. But like, I popped hard. I popped hard when Quiet said "Let's dance." I thought it was really well done. Just such fun characters, and man, this X Division tournament at BIB is going to be the hardest thing to call. Sorry guys, I just have to get this lit. But try for like 10 minutes. I will say I'd cut that, but I don't know how to do that. Yeah, really fun segment, and props to man for doing it, and props to just everyone kind of in that X Division picture. It's so fun. But yeah, the Team Goddess reunion was next. Like, again, it was fine to consider the match was a no-show. Lizzie and Cleo got their shine, and match aside, my big thing about this is their promo was great. Their collab, they're working together in the trios tournament as well with Team Meh. I could see this Sully and AON thing blossoming a bit more, and once they're done with BIB, I think there'll be a really stellar addition to the tag division, which is grown. And like, yeah, more and more people should be coming over. Hashtag tag team wrestling. But yeah, segs into another really fun segment with Vinny. I think this is AON writing Vinny all in these segments, and really writing the character well. I know it's not always consistent with how maybe he appears in the Affliction segments, but I really like Vince and Blackbird's interactions with Yona. My worry is that this isn't going to be a competitive match. I think it is, because I don't think AOM would want Yona booked in a storyline match at BIB. I'm just curious as to how it is. I mean, with Knox and Garcia, I think it's going to have to be somebody else, unless, I mean, you could do Nasty Nate. But I like this storyline, this angle. I'm just yeah, I just want to see what happens next. Par, Like, I mean, I'm not gonna jack him off too much, considering it was Mike Parr Appreciation Day yesterday in the Discord and the podcast. But like, it's just brilliant the way he does it. Like, I don't know, he just has this zany way of igniting heat, and like you just read it, and even though you hate what he's saying, you know Mike Parr believes what he's saying. Like, he believes everything he says, and he's just got this really fun, wacky way. Like Parr doesn't strike me as someone who gives a shit if he's considered like a cool heel or an edgy heel. It's really, really unique, and it's been formed through like a labour of love, like creating and crafting the Parr and his personality over a number of years. It was a good tie into the match with us, with the Towners, Danny Towner and Christian Quinn. Yeah, you just know I don't really like comment too much on matches that I'm in. I thought Newbury put out a really good promo. I don't think it was Prodigy's best, and the promo I put out was one of my best efforts. So, I mean, I'm not looking forward to if like Towners get through BIB, through Golden Rock, which is a big if. And like, people are saying like, Gangsters have to be next, and yeah, they do have to be next if that's the case. It's like, I'm not looking forward to like a motivated New Breed, a motivated TUA, a motivated Sully and AON combo coming into the division. But I thought New Breed looked pretty good here, all things considered. Again, I don't want to talk about the post match whatsoever, really, because I wrote it all. So yeah, but I think it gave another moment to the tag feud and kept the New Breed relevant, with them being the ones to lock Danny in the cage with like the message from Mike to Michelle, and Christian Quinn kind of cockily got caught, sort of. He was overconfident in his dealings with Ramon, and yeah, I just liked it. And the ending with like Ramon chest heaving on the ground with Golden there, that I just liked it, and puts a bit of doubt at the back of business, and yeah, kind of adds another little wrinkle to the story. But yeah, I'll move on from that. The masculine black segment, I thought it was really cool. Like, they're just two combustible elements, and as somebody said, sometimes all it takes is two guys like that passing each other in the hall. But when you add in the backdrop that's there, which again, little brief history lesson, to my knowledge, the Gangsters Crash and Alistair were 2 times CWA Tag Team Champions. Alistair left, Crash formed a tag team with Maskell, they became champions, then Alistair came back. Now, I don't know if that was resolved between Alistair and Maskell in CWA. Somebody wants to hit me up with that, that's something I'd actually like to know. But the backdrop of having that little CWA history, Dan and Ali did get some kind of closure. Not closure, but they faced off each other in the Gold Rush tournament, and I think Dan knocked Alistair Black out. So there is history there with these lads, and to me, don't want to tell people what to do, I've no influence on this shit. Maskell and Black seems like a perfect hot opener to get the crowd going one of the nights. I think on these type of cards, the opener and the main are really important, and then the pacing in the matches in between is what kind of makes the card a good solid structure, gives a good foundation to be the best it can be. I could see this kicking off one of the nights. at BIB, and it should be close as well, promo wise, and they've both got a lot of material, and singles wise at least, they both could do with this big win at BIB to propel them into the post BIB season and the brand draft. The next match was the match I was most looking forward to, Fantasy and Gabrielle, because it was the match that I personally had the closest in my grades. Not that I submit grades or anything like that, but when I kind of like trying to suss out who's going to win after the promo, this was the one that I was finding the toughest to separate. And I did like the story of the match, but I do think Fantasy looked a little bit weak because Gabrielle clearly wasn't 100% and still got the win. Now, I liked the story. I think Fantasy being relatively new, this doesn't damage him too much. But yeah, it's just something I'd look out for. You don't want Gabrielle to look like she's on this tear, this massive tear, and she's beating all these guys when she's only at like 75, 80%. She's not fully focused. But other than that, yeah, Gabrielle's MVP since the Sully match, since this gimmick change. I'd find it hard to argue against that. And what is she going to do at Back in Business? Like, she can't not have a match. She just can't. Like, I thought maybe Maskell somehow, but like, I just get it sorted, guys. Get it sorted. We need a Gabrielle match, and we need it announced. Again, this show, like, I think there's loads happening on this show. Saint Sully having the promo in a similar kind of vein to the way MVH done with Todd Salem. Like, he's not at the arena, he's with Katie Baxter, and it was a nice parallel, and it was a different pace. He talked about different things. They seemed very raw, very real, and of course there's the retirement drop, which, well, I'll have to wait and see how it plays out. At the moment, I don't like it. I think I'd like it a lot more if he did keep defending the belt until he died. Not actually died, or he'd properly got beaten for it. I just think there should be an asterisk here beside the retirement, and it should, if Sully stays the champ, if he wins, if he beats Parr, if he beats MVH, he needs to stay here. It's so damaging to FWA going into that brand split, knowing that we've just lost the best competitor we have, and that can't be disputed because of what he done in the Back in Business main event. He beat the two best guys of the year. So yeah, I just hope there's a little bit more to this, but we'll see. And speaking of people that that we don't want to be going and would be hurtful, is Nova Diamond. I'm just constantly worried whenever I see Nova Diamond. I just think it's going to be him calling it quits, but obviously I have to stop thinking like that. He's got the Golden Knot match. He's going to be around for that at least. And yeah, it was kind of nice to see him be honest and address everyone's concerns, but like at the end of the day kind of say I don't really care, which I think is how Oz feels himself. And I think kind of when the character's alignment matches up with the handler's alignment, it always makes for better reading. It's more legit, more authentic. And the only thing I'll say is the little paragraph at the end kind of caught my attention. Gabrielle and Nova. Main event time. I'll just leave that there. But again, yeah, love the commentary here, the aesthetic to the crowd, not being fully behind Grayson, Garcia having a bit of support in the match, throughout the match. The match was good, main event quality, definitely. Garcia is always great in like a quite a cage environment. I think we were saying in the Discord about like a fantasy war games, and somebody said, I can't remember who, but somebody said like you need somebody like Garcia in that sort of situation, and I kind of agree. I think someone like him allows for a great base for someone like Grayson in this sort of environment, and yeah, I love the Noxer turn. I think the jacket, that's a real cool way to do it. Really cool. The aesthetic's brilliant. I just would have liked to see Grayson go over clean here, but it doesn't take away from it. He won the match, sky high from the top of the cage. I mean, got his highlight reel moment, got his main event win in a steel cage in Garcia's backyard, former world champion. Pretty big. And of course, we needed the Caden Knox stuff to come to a head, and with OMB being missing from the Discord recently and all, it was a surprise. It was great to see, and I'd just like to say congratulations to Jam on his victory, and welcome back OMB. So that's it, guys. That's Steel Cage. Hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll chat to you next time. Peace.